Hello friends. So today we are going to start the third chapter of drainage, and this is the third chapter of class 9 as well as third chapter to Indian geography or physical geography of India class 11. So we will start from the definition of drainage and continue up to the difference between Himalayan rivers and peninsular river. So let's begin with the definition of drainage. So we will start the first term, drainage. Here you can see in the diagram what is the drainage. You can find out this one, this you can understand, this is the drainage. Drainage is the flow of water through well-defined channel. This is the main stream, and here these are tributaries. And this is drainage basin 2, and these are tributaries, and this uplifted or lifted portion which separates these two basins, and this particular two basins 1 and basin 2, this is separated by this uplifted portion. This portion is known as water divide. This is known as water divide or drainage divide. The best example you can take as the Central Highland. Central Highlands can be considered as a water divide between peninsular rivers and Himalayan rivers. Another term you can say that Delhi Reach. Delhi Reach is a water divide between Gangetic system and Indus system. So these are two better examples for drainage divide. Then what is the drainage basin? The area drained by a river system is known as drainage basin. Then next question is drainage system. Drainage system is the network of channels through which the water flow. The entire network, drainage system and river system. Drainage system means we are talking about the main river along with tributaries as well as distributaries. And water divide, it has been cleared. Then you can find the example of Ganga river system along with all tributaries. This is the huge network of tributaries of Ganga, and you can also find out some distributaries. So you can easily get these tributaries, and this is the main river Ganga. All you can find out this Ganga. This is the main river course, and here we are getting as this is Yamuna, one of the main tributary of river Ganga, and it meets with Ganga in Allahabad. Then another important tributary is this is Gomati. Then this one is Ghagra. Ghagra meets before Patna, Shatabdi area. Then this one is Son from right flank. It meets near Shatabdi area before Patna also. This one is Gandak, and number of tributaries are again here. And finally this is the Farka barrage, a main stream flowing towards Bangladesh, and this is a distributary which is known as Hooghly. It meets to Ganga Sagar, or you can say that entire deltaic region developed by the river Ganga and its tributaries. So what is the natural pattern, natural drainage pattern? So natural drainage pattern means naturally developed. No need to any interference from artificial side or human side. So whenever we are talking about natural drainage pattern, this is the arrangement of rivers and their tributaries. The drainage pattern of an area is the product of what factors are there which are influencing the drainage pattern. So you can find out the nature and structure of rocks. Then the next one is topography. Next, nature and direction of slope. Then amount of water flowing, And next one is periodicity of flow. Periodicity means for how many months continuous flows are there. As you are aware that some rivers are perennial, some are seasonal. So that's what about the term is periodicity of the flow is we are talking about. Then we can get the types of drainage pattern. These are four important types which have been discussed in class 9 NCERT as well as class 11 NCERT. So these are four you can find out. This is dendritic pattern. Dendritic pattern में क्या होता है ना, आप ये देखो, this is like root of a tree. ये रूट आप देखते हो जैसे ट्री का रूट होता है, दिस इज अ रूट लाइक पैटर्न. एंड देन कम टू दिस वन rectangular pattern, and river is moving parallel to main river and suddenly on rectangular turn it is moving and meeting to the mainstream. Then come to the radial pattern. Radial pattern में आप देखते हो कि this is the upper portion. The best example is you can take Amarkantak Plateau. उसके एक तरफ से सोन, एक तरफ से आपकी नर्मदा, ये सारी रिवर्स निकलती हैं. तो इसमें क्या है, दिस इज रेडियल पैटर्न. इसमें क्या होता है, रिवर इधर से भी निकल रहे हैं, रिवर यहाँ से भी निकल रहे हैं, रिवर यहाँ से भी निकल रहे हैं. दिस इज नोन एज रेडियल पैटर्न. So what about the trellis pattern? Trellis pattern and rectangular pattern both are nearly same, but simple differences there. In rectangular pattern, this is very simple that they are moving parallel to each other and sudden turn and meeting the mainstream. This is 90 degree and this one is also 90 degree. But whenever we are talking about the trellis pattern, no need that they are moving parallel or not. But when they are meeting to the mainstream, it has to be rectangular. Means मिलने के समय वो 90 डिग्री का एंगल बनाएंगे. This one be 90 degree. Clear? This may be, this one is 90 degree. But no need whether they are parallel or not. This is not a particular factor. They must be parallel. इसमें क्या होता है, इसमें सबसे बड़े जो facts है ना, water divides. When two rivers are flowing parallel to each other, मतलब this one is igneous rock or hard rock. क्योंकि अगर हार्ड रॉक नहीं होगा, सॉफ्ट रॉक होने से क्या होगा, ये तो यहाँ से ही कट के मिल जाएंगे. इन द सेम पैटर्न यू कैन फाइंड आउट ऑल्सो हियर. ए नंबर ऑफ वाटर डिवाइड्स आर देयर which separates from one tributary to another tributary. So these are four important drainage patterns for class 9 as well as for class 11. Some important another patterns which are not mentioned in class 9 but they are mentioned in class 11. So we can find out that angular pattern. This one is angular pattern. You can find out the meeting of tributaries to the main river on an angle. This is called as angular pattern. So they are below 90 degree. अब ये सीधे नहीं 90 डिग्री पे नहीं मिल रहे, below 90 degree. This is known as angular pattern. Come to the parallel. You can find out the parallel patterns. Then radial we have discussed, angular we have discussed, and this one is centripetal. So what is centripetal? Centripetal means this is just opposite to the radial. Radial में क्या होता है कि टॉप माउंटेन है, वहां से ऑल डायरेक्शंस में आप देखो रिवर निकल रही है, ठीक है, डायरेक्शन आप देख पा रहे हो. But whenever it is the centripetal, it means this is the depressed land or fault land, and everywhere high mountains or high hills are there, and rivers are coming or streams are coming and moving towards down to this particular area. So आप डायरेक्शन देख सकते हो कि चारों तरफ से जो स्ट्रीम्स है वो इस पर्टिकुलर लेक में या सी में आके मिल सकते हैं, वो इनलैंड सी होगा. और आप देखते हैं दिस इज नोन एज सेंट्रीपेटल पैटर्न. So these are important patterns, and here we are having some examples from each important term. So whenever you are talking about the parallel pattern, western coastal rivers, They are parallel from Western Ghats to Arabian Sea. Then ringed pattern valley of Karakoram, then centripetal streams of Ladakh, Tibet, and Bagmati, then rectangular pattern river of Vindhya Mountains, then brabbed pattern Arun River, trellis pattern Chota Nagpur Plateau. A number of rivers are there, dendritic patterns, Indus, Ganga, both are dendritic patterns. Then consequent rivers means peninsular rivers of India. Subsequent rivers means Chambal, Sinkin, Betwa, etc. So you are getting all those important examples of important terms. So our next topic is river basin versus watershed. This is general confusion. Most of time people are confused about river basin, watershed, and water river catchment area. So what is the basic difference among these two? Your river basin is a body of land fair water from different sources converge, while a watershed may also mean the same as a water basin, but it also refers to the drainage divide or landform that divide river systems. Watershed means a particular range up to what the river water is reaching on. एक पर्टिकुलर बाउंड्री लाइन है जहां तक किसी भी रिवर का पानी पहुंचता है. The river basin drains out towards a larger body of water such as ocean or the sea, while a watershed may drain towards a smaller body of water if it is referred to as a water basin. A river basin collects water and moisture from different sources, such as those that come from drainage system of homes, drains them out into the bodies of water. While a watershed divides the river basins, I repeat, watershed divides the river basin are collection points that contain the water that is collected. Watershed is totally devoted to the river basin only. So, whenever we are talking about the classification of drainage systems of India and how many grounds they can be divided, we will use here different grounds. Most of people are aware about in class 9 only about the peninsular rivers and Himalayan rivers, but whenever it is the matter of class 11, some important about the size of the catchment area, and on that ground river basins are divided. But here we will discuss more than these two bases on which the river systems of India can be divided. So whenever we are talking about the drainage systems based on the size of the catchment area, they can be divided in three groups: major river basins, medium river basins, and minor river basins. When it is the major river basins, they can be defined as a river basin with more than 20,000 square kilometer of catchment area. There are 14 major river basins in India, and all of you are very much aware about those river basins. We will discuss later. Medium river basins which catchment area between 2,000 and 20,000 square kilometer. And here we are having 44 medium river basins such as Kalindi, the Periyar, the Meghna, etc. Whenever we are talking about the minor river basins with catchment area below 2000 square kilometer, India has 55 minor river basins. Actually, minor river basins are mainly found in those areas which are having a low rainfall or experiences low rainfall. So low rainfall region में हम minor river basins पाते हैं. Whenever you are talking about major river basins, you can take example of Indus, you can take example of Ganga, Brahmaputra, Narmada, Tapi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, Mahanadi. All those rivers are considered as major river basins of India. So the next one is drainage system is based on origin. This is the important point for class 9 as well as for class 11. Drainage system based on origin, and this is the difference when they are originated from Himalayas, so they are known as Himalayan rivers, and when they are originated from peninsula, they are known as peninsular rivers. And the most important point or the characteristic is mentioned that the Himalayan rivers are perennial, when at the same time peninsular rivers are non-perennial. Simple example है कि Himalayan rivers snow faded and rain faded both होती हैं, but whenever we are talking about the peninsular rivers, they are only rain faded rivers, because आप सबको पता है कि पेनिनसुला में आपको स्नो नहीं मिलेगा. तो ये थोड़ा सा ध्यान रखने का चीज है, सिंपल चीज है. पेरिनियल मीन्स जो पूरे साल पानी रहेगा रिवर में, और नॉन पेरिनियल मतलब सीजनल. ओनली आप देखेंगे ड्यूरिंग द टाइम ऑफ रेन वी आर हैविंग वाटर इन दोज रिवर्स. एंड एग्जांपल्स यू कैन टेक एज हिमालयन रिवर्स, द इंडस, द गंगा, द ब्रह्मपुत्र एंड देयर ट्रिब्यूटरीज. दीज आर इंपॉर्टेंट हिमालयन रिवर्स. एंड पेनिनसुलर रिवर्स की अगर हम बात करें तो महानदी, गोदावरी, कृष्णा, कावेरी, नर्मदा, तापी, these are important rivers along with their tributaries. So the next basis of division of drainage system based on type of drainage. Drainage means drain the water, where they are draining their water. And on one hand, rivers are draining their water to oceanic or oceans. Another one is inland rivers. So one is oceanic drainage basin, another is internal or Indo-Rig drainage basins. So most of important are the major जो rivers हैं वो अपना water जो है discharge करते हैं आपके oceans में, whether they are Arabian Seas or Bay of Bengal. But many rivers of Rajasthan, they are discharging their water in lake like Sambhar, and sometimes they are dried up. And Luni also an example. In the Rann-Kutch, the only river that flows through the salt desert is the Luni. And small basins are there which are dried up and they are not able to touch the sea. And the next one is the drainage system based on orientation to the sea. Means there are two types of sea. One is Bay of Bengal, means we are talking about the east flowing rivers are there. Another is Arabian Sea, it means we are talking about the west flowing rivers. So on this ground we are classifying the drainage systems of India in two groups. One is the Bay of Bengal drainage, another is Arabian Sea drainage. And the most importantly, the 77% of drainage areas of country is oriented towards the Bay of Bengal, and 90% of water drains into the Bay of Bengal. Means India का total water का 90% Bay of Bengal को जाता है, जबकि केवल 23% ड्रेनेज एरिया जो है वो आपका डिस्चार्ज करते हैं अरेबियन सी में. तो ये ध्यान रखने का चीज है. इसके बाद हमारा नेक्स्ट है मेजर हिमालयन रिवर सिस्टम्स. Here we are having some data based on the government of India, water department, water and resource department. And Ganga, origin गंगोत्री. गंगोत्री आप सबको पता है गोमुख ग्लेशियर है, सॉरी गंगोत्री ग्लेशियर है और गोमुख के पास इनका ओरिजिन है, और लेंथ इनका 2525 किलोमीटर. कैचमेंट एरिया इज मेंशन 861452 स्क्वायर किलोमीटर. 10% ये एरिया जो है टोटल इंडिया का ये कितना कवर करते हैं वो देखिए. देन 37.20% एनुअल डिस्चार्ज ऑफ वाटर है. देन डिस्चार्ज परसेंट देखिए, ये सबसे जरूरी चीज है. देन इंडस का देखिए, मानसरोवर के आसपास ये निकलते हैं. इंडिया में इनकी लेंथ है 1114 किलोमीटर. कैचमेंट एरिया है 321289 स्क्वायर किलोमीटर. इंडिया का इनका एरिया है 9.8. एनुअल डिस्चार्ज ऑफ, यहाँ देखिए क्यूबिक मीटर पर किलोमीटर स्क्वायर. यह है क्यूबिक मीटर, ये डेंसिटी का आपका यूनिट है, कितना डेंसिटी आप वाटर डिस्चार्ज करते हैं. और परसेंटेज इनका देखिए 4.3 है. ब्रह्मपुत्र का आप देख लिए. टोटल हिमालयन रिवर्स का अगर बात करें तो इनका लेंथ जो मेजर रिवर्स का ही हम बात कर रहे हैं 4,555, देन 13,77,154 स्क्वायर किलोमीटर पूरा एरिया ही कवर करते हैं पूरे इंडिया का। 54.9 ये 3 मेजर रिवर्स जो सिस्टम्स हैं और डिस्चार्ज टोटल वाटर का 63.3% करते हैं। तो ये 3 मेजर रिवर सिस्टम्स जो हैं वो इंडिया का देखिए मैक्सिमम ये कंट्रोल करते हैं। Come to the next. Here we are having data from Godavari, Krishna, Mahanadi, Narmada, Kaveri, Tapi, then Pennar, Brahmani, Mahi, Sabarmati. And here we are having just a general look about Godavari from Nasik, Krishna, Mahabaleshwar, both are originated from Maharashtra. Mahanadi, Najri town, Madhya Pradesh. Narmada, Amarkantak, Plateau, Madhya Pradesh. Kaveri, Kurg, Karnataka. तापी बैतूल मध्य प्रदेश, पेन्नार कोलार कर्नाटका, ब्राह्मणी रांची में से निकलती है, माही धार मध्य प्रदेश, साबरमती अरावली हिल्स राजस्थान। एंड टोटल इनका देखिए पूरे कंट्री ये एक हिस्सा है 8903 किलोमीटर है ये आपका। फिर ये किलोमीटर स्क्वायर ये कैचमेंट एरिया। देन टोटल में 22.3% कंट्री टोटल का अगर हम देख लें तो इनका टोटल लेंथ है 13,458 किलोमीटर और 83.6 यानी जितने भी मेजर रिवर सिस्टम्स है उनका आप देखिए टोटल ये 83.6 आ रहा है और रेस्ट जो है वो माइनर रिवर सिस्टम्स इसमें आते हैं। अब कुछ हम कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स की बात करेंगे अबाउट हिमालयन रिवर्स। सिंपल कैटेगरीज की मैंने बात किया, इसमें कोई मैंने बहुत टफ पॉइंट नहीं उठाया। ऑल ऑफ यू आर वेरी मच अवेयर अबाउट दीज पॉइंट्स। दीज रिवर्स ओरिजिनेट्स फ्रॉम द लॉफ्टी हिमालयन रेंजेस, सिंपल वी हैव डिस्कस्ड अर्लियर। दीज रिवर्स हैव लार्ज बेसिन्स एंड कैचमेंट एरिया। यहीं पे मैं आपको एक चीज बता दूं कि द हिमालयन रिवर्स फ्लो थ्रू डीप V-shaped valleys called gorges in Himalayan range, but when they are moving to the plains they are making meanders, then cowboy lake, all those things which are not made by the peninsular rivers because they are not doing so many erosional works because rocks are very hard in peninsular region, but in Himalayan region they are moving towards plains and plains are very soft made of uh, sedimentary rocks, so easy to cut there, so regional works are generally done there. Then Himalayan rivers are perennial in nature because they are snow-fed and rain both fed rivers. These rivers receives water both from the monsoon and the snowmelt. We have discussed the perennial nature of these rivers makes them useful irrigation. This is important one. If a river is having water throughout the year, they can be used for irrigation easily. But when some rivers are rain fed, we have to control or domesticate the river of those water of those rivers so that we can utilize them during dry seasons. These rivers flow across the Youngfold Mountains and are still in youthful stage. So Himalayan rivers are youth rivers while we are talking about their age. At the same time, when we are talking about the peninsular rivers, they are moving through the oldest mass of the world or oldest block of the world. So they are old rivers. The Himalayan rivers form big deltas as their mouth. The Ganga Brahmaputra delta is the largest one in the world. You can name this delta. This is known as Sundarban Delta. So we are having some peninsular rivers. Just you can differentiate Himalayan rivers with peninsular rivers. That Himalayan rivers were originated from Himalaya. So these rivers are originated from peninsular plateau and their name suggests about their origin. These rivers have small basins and catchment area. At the same time हमने बात किया था Himalayan rivers have large basins and large catchment areas. The peninsular rivers flow in the comparatively shallow valleys. It is not easy to cut them depth like V-shaped valley or deep gorges like Himalayan rivers. These are more or less completely graded valleys because old rivers there. The river have little erosional activity to perform because of hard rock. The peninsular rivers receive water only from rainfall because no snow-faded mountains are there in peninsular India. Therefore, these rivers are seasonal or non-perennial. We have discussed. These rivers are much less useful for irrigation because throughout the year, if they are not having water, they cannot be so good like the North Indian or Himalaya rivers useful for irrigation. When we are comparing these two river systems, when we are talking about the Himalayan rivers or peninsular rivers, so Himalayan rivers are more useful for irrigation. These rivers have flowing in one of the oldest plateaux of the world and have reached maturity. Narmada, Tapi, and several west flowing shifts from estuaries. Estuaries means clear mouths, no sedimentation on the mouth. So if mouths are clear, mouth का मतलब होता है जहाँ river समुद्र से मिलती है, that is called as मुहाना or mouth of the river. कई लोग confuse कर जाते हैं ना, origin of the river is known as mouth. No, mouth is a place where river meets with sea or ocean, and when sedimentation is there on the mouth, that is known as delta. But when there is no sedimentation, our mouth is very much clear, that is known as estuaries. Other rivers such as the Mahanadi, Godavari, and Krishna and the Kaveri form deltas because there are sedimentation, a lot of sedimentation on these rivers' mouth. One important difference also there between Himalayan peninsular rivers. Himalayan rivers are very good for navigation. At the same time, peninsular rivers are not so good in navigation because a number of waterfalls are there in peninsular rivers. Another example, while talking about the generation of hydroelectricity, Himalayan rivers are not so useful in compared to peninsular rivers. The reason is the simple. Peninsular rivers are having a number of waterfalls and they are very suitable for hydropower projects. And we can get the example of Chhattisgarh, highly rich state for production of hydropower energy. So, dear friends, we have completed the topic up to the differences between Himalayan rivers and peninsular rivers. So wait for next part. In that part, we will discuss each important or major river system from India in depth from Indus to Kaveri, including each river system: Ganga, Brahmaputra, Narmada, Tapi, Godavari, Krishna, as well as Mahanadi. So till that, bye, have a great day and enjoy the videos, and please send your doubts.